Okay, Short Sharp Shock on the E-Myth Revisited by Michael E Gerber. I nearly said Gerber. I should know that by now. Yep, so this book, really enjoyed this one, okay? Another one that struck a chord with me. So where do we start with this one? This is basically looking at small businesses and why a lot of small businesses fail, okay? So let's take a typical scenario, and I've seen this myself, or I can relate this to myself. So I'm a fully employed software consultant, right? Eventually I get annoyed with my management, whatever, and I think, right, I'm going to go and branch out on my own. So I go and start my own software business. Effectively, I become a consultant, which amongst my industry and a lot of other ones, that is quite often referred to as the dream. You know, you go contracting. Okay, so I go from whatever I'm earning now, and I get on a day rate of, I don't know, I get a better day rate than I have now. So it sounds great on the value of it. So this is what he refers to as the entrepreneurial myth. So you go and do that, that's fine. But then what actually happens when you're doing that is you're getting paid more money, but then you're also having to do all these other things which relate to business. So straight away you go from being just a technician, as in a technical person doing a role, into actually being a manager and effective entrepreneur as well. So you're then responsible for all the finance and the other things which go with running a business, which no one thinks of. Okay, so that's an example in my industry. Another one might be, you know, a good car mechanic. So he's a really good car mechanic, knows his stuff, thinks, right, I'll just go and set this up on myself. So off he goes because he knows about cars, right? And he thinks, yeah, this is going to be great. I'm going to have no manager. I'm just going to do all this myself. But what actually happens is he doesn't get to just be a car mechanic, right? He's now got a garage, yeah? So he has to worry about the bills in the garage. He also has to like potentially run other staff if he's going to go down that route. And all of a sudden, it's like what started as just, I'll go and do this on my own because of the fact I want to get out of this bigger organisation, is actually more of a problem. And then small businesses start to kind of choke. Careful from the time, 2 minutes at all. So this book is all about that kind of myth of suddenly you go and do it on your own, everything's all nice and dandy. So the way out of that, as it's suggested, is that you... is the approach to the small business. So you approach it as looking at a business as a system of systems, okay? And you set it up in a way as if you were going to franchise it. So you very much define, okay, so we're going to need technicians. So let's use the example of the garage. We're going to need that. So someone to look after that. We're going to need someone to take orders. And you basically start building up this system so you realize what all these different roles are that are required within your organization. Okay, and then you can define each of these roles. So even if you go in at the first hop to do all these roles, so, you know, whether it be, and I mean like all roles right down from finance director, marketing director, you come up with this whole hierarchy of roles and responsibilities and then systems within the business. Even if you're doing them all, you still would define that, because then you're able to actually start outsourcing or whatever. You get someone else to do them. So, you know, gradually you can say, right, we'll get someone in to do that role. Because you've well defined it, you can then say, this is your exact responsibilities and what you have to do, and you've got your kind of interface things. So yeah, obviously once you do that, you can then start stepping away and it, you know, and you get free time, and then you're able to just, as it says in here, you're working on your business, not in it. And that's kind of the aim of where you want to get to be the entrepreneur. You don't actually want to be doing the work. You want to be like improving the business. And I thought that was really good. I thought this was a great book, actually. If you're interested in this kind of thing, I thought it's fantastic. So I would recommend that. It's available. Is it available on Audible? Yeah, I got it on Audible. Obviously, it's physical because I got it here. Yeah, there's a link at the bottom if you want to go and have a look at it on Amazon. Yeah, definitely worth it. Can't remember how much it was. I'm sure you can work it out. Love to have your views on it. Have you read it? I thought it was genius. Did you think it was good? I hope you're all great. Live the dream. Love to hear from you. Bye bye.